Hello everyone, welcome back again to the channel. My name is Nover or Riley, and we will be going over the patch notes for version 6.6.0 for Dead by Daylight, or well, the PTB anyway, which is I don't think chapter 27 if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if that's correct, but basically it's the chapter with the Skull Merchant, the new killer that I'm pretty sure you all know about. Everyone's given their thoughts on it at this point, but I haven't. I also haven't done a video in a while, so I'm gonna do this. And I will start off by going over the perks, the killer's power, survivor perks, a lot of new features they have, the visual reworks, and some other few things here that I think should be noted or talked about. If you are not interested in hearing this for the 5,000th time, you can leave the video, but it's absolutely up to you. So I don't know why they didn't put the power here first. I'm just gonna go over the killer's power first, the Skull Merchant. Basically, they put down drones and they scan a certain area, and you can have a certain amount of them activated at a time, and um, you when a survivor's in them for long enough, they basically become exposed. If the killer's in an active one, they basically become undetectable for a little while. It's something. Game of Foot is their first book, or I don't know what I'm saying. Perk. While you are chasing the obsession, this perk activates damaging generators and destroying breakable walls and pallets. Gives you a 5% haste status effect for 8, 9, to 10 seconds. Whenever you hit the survivor with the total most time with the chase, a basic attack, they become the obsession. The killer can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. It's an okay perk. I don't really see how well it could be yet, but maybe I just don't understand its full potential. But I feel like it would maybe just be better if it was just chasing any survivor, but I feel like that also probably wouldn't make sense for the perk, huh? It probably wouldn't make sense. Thwack is the next perk. After hooking a survivor, performing the break action on the next breakable wall or pallet will make survivors within 32 meters scream and reveal their aura for 4 seconds. Thwack is active for 45, 60, 75 seconds after the survivor is hooked. It seems kinda okay, I guess. I don't see it being used too much, but it could be used in maybe some good aura reading builds or something else, something. Um, Leverage is their last perk. Each time you hook a survivor, gain 1 token, up to 10. When you hook a survivor, this perk activates. For each token, reduces the speed at which survivors heal by 345% for 30 seconds. Okay, so, like, that's the killer, basically. And I'm just gonna be honest, I don't know how I feel about it. The killer seems really weak in my opinion, and I don't really see their power being useful in a lot of situations, honestly, at all. Um, like, you could potentially just set it up at loops and stuff like that to prevent survivors from going to certain loops and stuff like that. You could even prevent them from just going to certain areas of the map that you don't want them to. Maybe it's really, and it's like, because they also give the exposed status effect like after being there for a while, the survivor can kind of just leave the area, like just leave the area of the effect of the drone, and it just doesn't matter. Like, I don't really see how this killer can really be that great. I don't even know what they could do. I could suggest maybe give them like 6 drones instead of 4, but like I don't even know if that's worth it because that's a lot for the killer to take care of when the killer has a lot to do already in the game all by himself. So it's like, I don't even know. The killer's a little underwhelming, to be honest. I thought the killer would be a little better, especially after they did changes to the night. I kind of started to not like the night as much. I still like the night but I don't really like him as much as I used to, because now he seems kind of boring, repetitive, not really super interesting. The only thing that's really interesting about him is that he's a knight. That's really kind of it. Um, it's and like they just kind of seem like they took the aerial denial part of the knight and just kind of made it the only thing that this killer has. And honestly, it's not even the best it could be. It still kind of seems like the knight, just worse, is how a lot of people put it, and they're not honestly not wrong. They're really kind of not. So I don't know. I hope they can make some changes to killer to make him a little better, but it's really disappointing. Um, New survivor perk Thalita Lyra. Cut loose. After performing a rush vault in a chase, this perk activates while activate. Your rush vaults are silent for up to 4, 5, 6 seconds, and successfully performing a rush vault during that time, it resets the timer. This perk goes on cooldown for 45 seconds. So that can be kind of cool. That would be kind of a fun perk to do. It's just kind of like quick and quiet, just kind of reverse. It's cool, I guess. Friendly competition. Whenever you finish repairing a generator with at least one other survivor, this perk activates. You and other survivors who finish repairing the generator with you get 5% increased repair progress speed for 45, 60, 75 seconds. Survivors can only have one instance of this perk's ability active at once. And it's basically like prove thyself, except like multiple people can have it without needing it, I guess. Cool, I guess. And a new type of perk is now introduced in this update called Teamwork. Power of 2. Whenever you finish healing another survivor, you both move 5% faster as long as you stay within 12 meters of the survivor you healed or until one of you loses a health state. Teamwork Power of 2 can only trigger once every 180, 160, 140 seconds. Survivors can only be affected by one Teamwork Power of 2 effect at a time. This perk I can see being kind of cool and useful. To some degree. I don't think it'll be overpowered or like meta or anything, but it is cool. I do like. I think the idea of it's pretty nice. Especially these teamwork ones. I wonder what else they can do with these. I wonder what else they'll think about. The next survivor's perk is Renato Lyra. Background player. After you unhook another survivor, break into a sprint of 150% of your normal running speed for 6 seconds and gain exhaustion for 60, 50, 40 seconds. This perk cannot be used while suffering from exhaustion. Exhaustion prevents survivors from active. Yeah. Um. So yeah, it's cool. I guess I can see how that can be useful. Honestly, it'd probably be a lot more useful than I think people realize, but it's decent, or at least not bad. Um. Blood Rush. This perk activates once you are one hook away from instant death. While healthy, running, and suffering from exhaustion, press the active ability button 1 to lose a health state and recover from exhaustion instantly and gain the broken status effect for 28, 24, 20 seconds. You are automatically healed from injured to healthy after 28, 24, 20 seconds. Being put into the dying state will cancel the healing effect. Activating Blood Rush will disable it for the remainder of the trial. Exhaustion prevents. Okay. So this perk I can see being kind of nutty. I didn't really realize that it said it would be disabled for the rest of the trial. Um, but I can still see this being pretty nutty. Especially if multiple survivors have this, I could see this being a little annoying. But I don't know if it would be too bad to the point that it'd be meta or anything like that. I feel like probably not. And we have another teamwork perk called Collective Stealth. Whenever another survivor finishes healing you, you both leave no scratch marks as long as you stay within 12 meters of the other survivor who healed you. Yeah, basically works like the other one. So it's honestly not as good. Scratch marks not being there isn't really that important. It's like it is and it isn't. Especially when you're probably not always going to be near 12 meters of that other survivor, especially in that small time frame that you probably have that little boost. It doesn't really matter in my opinion. Like this perk is kind of whatever. I don't think it's horrible, but it's kind of not really good, not really bad. It's just kind of existing, I guess. Um, but yeah. Apparently they did map changes to Shelter Woods, which no one is talking about for some reason. So basically there's just a command center there now. I don't know what any of it has to do with the lore, if any of it. Yeah, but it's cool. I played it when I was on the PTB. It's nice, I guess. Um, they also did their rework for the Red Forest realm, which it basically has Temple of Purgation and Mother's Dwelling, which, you know, are some big maps in the game, and especially Mother's Dwelling. I think is the biggest one in the map. Definitely not as big now. I'll tell you that much. Definitely not as big, but definitely a lot of weird objects. Yeah. It's cool though. Looks nice. As well. They apparently did a visual update to Hattie, which I didn't even know until literally just right now. I'm not even kidding. Um, well, at least when I was reading this before I started recording, because I read it before. Um, and apparently they just did a bunch of visual updates for her, which is cool. I'm guessing a lot of it is because a lot of people, I know a lot of people were complaining about it. I don't know why exactly. I'm not really up to date on that, but I will say, might get her perks next though for my survivors. But apparently, oh, I didn't even realize this part. Apparently, it's supposed to be more reflective of her lore. Okay, I didn't even honestly look at her at all, like during the PTB, so I have no idea what her changes even look like. I don't even know what she looks like. Apparently some quality of life improvements. They did a map repeat prevention system. Basically, make it near zero to have the same the same map you just had in the previous map. I don't know how much that'll work. I don't know if it'll affect queue times. Kind of hope it does not affect queue times. But apparently it will not impact efficiency of map offerings or custom games. So whatever, cool, I guess. Um, if someone apparently if a game gets canceled because someone crashes or is just on an infinite loading screen somehow, it will now go much faster into the results screen, which is good, I guess. I think I actually experienced that once, and I was shocked how fast it went. This part kind of confuses me. Reporting players. We know that sometimes you may face unsportsmanlike behavior even before a match. We have now added the option to report a player from the online lobby. Now, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know if they even look at the report system to begin with. If they are actually updating something to do with the report system, I'm assuming maybe now they'll start paying attention to it. But I really don't know. I I was just heavily shocked that they even like looked at it to like they even did anything like this. Like I don't know. They also did perk changes to two other already existing perks. Any means necessary. They just removed the cooldown. I don't know if this will make it better or worse. Well, it would probably make it better. I don't know if this will really matter though. I don't know if people will use it more, but we'll see. An eruption. After kicking a generator, its aura is highlighted in yellow. Whenever a survivor enters the dying state, every affected generator explodes, losing 10% worth of its current progress and starts to regress. And basically, it's like the same stuff as before. And honestly, they kind of killed the perk. I don't know if they really needed to nerf it this much to make it not used as much. Because, like, I get it. Eruption was annoying, and even I was annoyed of you having to use it in a lot of my games. But, I feel like doing this was a little too much in my opinion, but maybe it's just me. Tell me in the comments below if you think that's too much. I don't know personally. I think that's too much in my opinion. Um, they also did stuff with bots in custom games to make them a lot better. Basically, they just made bots better in a lot of ways, and you can give them loadouts now. You can have up to 4 like pre-made loadouts that you can put on all the bots. They did say though that like not everything you can use for the bots, like not every perk is available, not every item or add-on or offering is available because the bots don't actually know how to use that apparently. Like still like the AI isn't that intelligent. Which is fine. Like, you know, being able like I played some games with the bots trying to test the killer, and like I will say that it's definitely a lot better. It's definitely a lot better than it was before. I'll say that. So if you like testing stuff with like bots and stuff, it'll be a lot easier now in Dead by Daylight. It'll be a lot easier to test stuff when you want to. Um yeah, it's just a lot of this is just kind of whatever. I don't really care about the rest of this, so we'll just kind of leave it there for now. But like I said before, I really am kind of underwhelmed with the killer of this chapter. I don't really like the aesthetic and the way the killer looks is cool, and I think the lore is somewhat interesting, but like the killer's so underwhelming and the power is just so whatever. I don't really care for it. I'm probably the perks are kind of cool. Like their perks are nice, but like I don't the killer itself is not really that great, and I don't really know what they could do to make it better. It's just I really kind of expected a little more for this chapter, especially because it is the first one that we've had in a while that is not leaked or like we didn't already know. So, you know, that's just kind of disappointing. Yeah. I just figured I'd do this for the new content for Dead by Daylight because I already played the PTB, and by the time I uploaded this video, everyone's probably already seen a lot of the gameplay from the PTB and a lot of the stuff to do with the killer and new survivors and their perks. Probably even the new maps and like the map changes to Shelter Woods. It's I just I just figured I'd do this because it's so underwhelming. Like I really didn't even want to record, honestly. Like, I wanted to like make something that I like come back with would be something Dead by Daylight related that's like gameplay, but it's not. It's going to be this instead. Because like even though it's not the best note to come back on, it's like at least you know my thoughts on that. I'll probably still make some videos on it when the killer comes to life, but for right now I'm just gonna be grinding the rift and trying to complete it in that time. But yeah, I don't even think I need to repeat what I keep repeating. But if you guys like the video, give the video a like. If you want to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell with notifications on all, so that way you can see all my uploads whenever you want to. Um, Give me your thoughts down in the comments below. If you dislike the video, dislike it. If I didn't say that already. um, and see you guys in the next video. Have a good night. Peace.